Welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus. This is Matt, but you may know me as TBD. This Dungeons & Dragons podcast may contain fantasy violence, language, and adult themes. Content warnings can be found in the episode description below. Or above. Zeph, what is a content description?
Elijah Wood. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus, the most unprofessional D&D podcast you will ever hear. I, of course, am your DM, Calvin Piper, and this lot likes to play D&D with me on occasion.
Is that what you want to go with?
Is that introduce yourselves today, guys.
15 minutes of us sitting in silence, that's what you go with?
Hold on. Now he's got me intrigued. What pope would have taken the ring to Mordor? And it's not a joke.
I don't know any.
I don't have good pope.
I don't have
good
pop.
Okay. Next week, I need you to bone up on that.
Next week we will ask the burning question: which pope would have taken the ring to Mordor?
And
spoiler alert: my pope has 3 initials.
Ooh.
Oh damn.
Jesus H. Christ.
Damn! I said no spoilers.
Well, he was never in the papacy.
Hey, listen. You have your version of events. I have mine.
Yeah, Nelson Mandela had ass. My name's Preston, I think.
Nelson Mandela had ass?
Had ass. Get on the Zoomer culture, on the Zoom train. Would you chew? Fortnite. My name's Preston. I play Azamar, a sorcerer. I did it right the first time. Level 7. Love you guys. Next.
My name's Matty B, and I play Thulgrin, the Dwarven Paladin. And I like to party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My name is Drew. I play Zeph, the Draconian Druid.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you. Gem Dragon. Born thing. I ruined it. I got it right, and then I go ahead and ruin it. And the reason I'm ruining it is I'm distracted. I am Googling the most heroic pope. Oh, it's a guy with the last name Pope. Damn it.
Should have known.
John Paul II, the heroic pope. Article on wordonfire.org. They are a sponsor tonight, and we'd like to thank them very much.
Wait, is this a Pope culture reference?
Definitely not. Sponsor.
Pope culture is...
Don't point at me when you make bad jokes.
That was good.
Okay, thank you, Drew.
I like that.
Honestly, that's Drew approved. You can't prove. That's my one Drew joke for the next 3 weeks.
That's fair. That means 2 weeks.
I like Pope culture.
Shut up.
I like it.
I like that you tried it a second time in a different tone.
I like it.
Pop culture's great. I'm Will. I play Glyph Kazidi, the male lizard folk artificer. And I'd like to point out that first episode, I referred to Preston as an ass lock, and now he is an ass sore. So, a lot of growth in this podcast.
What?
A growing ass sore.
He was an Asmar Warlock, and I said, "Oh, you're an ass lock."
Oh, yeah.
And now he's an Asmar Sorcerer. He's an ass sore.
Worse, because one is when it says ass sore, and the other one is ass lock, which just makes me think of like a dingleberry dreadlock.
No,
wow.
I'm like when I think ass lock, I think like something you say on the playground,
locks.
like when you want to fight somebody.
My Springer Spaniel gets those.
Huey's loaded with ass locks
everywhere.
He's not everyone. I can't believe I brought him into this. He is the most wonderful, perfect, angelic dog that has ever lived.
You're doxing Hugh right now.
I thought like ass lock was just like a hip new like fucking manscaping movement or something.
I gave myself an ass.
I gave myself an ass lock. I got decorizing.
I feel
Master
it sounds like a new type of. It's like a new type of EDM. You know, we're gonna be like going to ass lock festivals. Yeah.
Hey, you guys heard of the ass lock?
Ass lock. What you take?
Okay, let's end it. My name's Michelle. I play Kenneth, level 7 human ranger.
Kenneth Quinn.
Quinn.
All day.
For the Quinn.
All day.
For the Quinn.
Oh, that.
God save the
we
Quinn.
need catchphrases.
God save the Quinn.
That's incredible.
Okay,
That's
sweet. I got both of you. I'm chilling.
The Quinn is dead. Long live the Quinn. That just happened,
Oh.
Did it just happen?
right?
Yeah.
Didn't
Honestly,
you just die?
I thought she was dead a year before she was. I'm not gonna lie.
No, not that.
I mean, with all due respect, couldn't pay me to give a shit about the monarchy.
Nope.
250 years ago, we said, "Oh, monarch's cool. We vote for presidents around here."
$3 now
Or 37 euros.
for this.
While I Google what the exchange rate actually is, we'll go ahead and get into episode 49 of the Godscar Chronicles. So the last time we were here, our party had left the marshlands after seeking an audience with an individual known as Jagad D.
Jiggity!
Thank you. Thank you for breaking the tension there, Matt. After healing Fulgrim to a certain extent, the party set out with a new task and a new goal in mind. But before they could get very far, something that had been tracking them for quite a long time finally caught up with them. A pair of basilisks, actually 3 basilisks, a trio, if you will, had shown up in the marshlands, but not like a normal basilisk. These...
Did we survive?
For the most part.
Okay.
There was a fight that ensued with these basilisks, which seemed to be a bit different from what a normal basilisk would act and be. These seemed to have strange metallic mutations and robotic enhancements, and they were out for blood. The fight ensued. The party fought hard.
La-di-da-di, we likes the party.
Fought hard, but it was not enough to save everybody, as 2 individuals succumbed to the petrifying gaze of these creatures.
Father and son duo.
Glyph and TBD.
Yeah, they're both stoned right now.
Both petrified. Both petrified, entombed in stone. And
But
in the
Mama
moments...
Zeph was fine, right?
Yeah,
you're fine. And while the party was frantically trying to figure out how to do something about this, an old weathered voice broke through the mist and told them to fix a remedy using the entrails of the basilisk. And out of the mist, an old family member and an old guide, Uncle Orwell, appeared to the party. And that is where we pick up tonight, with TBD being stone cold, very, very cold, to the point where it's almost like he's non-existent right now. And
it's gonna. That's how we resolve this.
I mean, it was already resolved.
We just like, there's not enough potion for him.
Just leave him in stone. No, he's fine. Yes, so TBD and Glyph are petrified right now, and Uncle Orwell has just appeared.
What's Uncle Orwell's first name?
Orwell. It's Orwell.
Is it?
Yeah.
You can't say Uncle Orwell because I assume that's the last name.
What? His first name's Uncle then.
Why would
Take your pick.
What? No, I just assumed I don't know. Like I guess that makes sense. But like in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, it's like of the Orwell family or something. I don't know.
Uncle Smith.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anybody want to explain who this guy is to me?
Oh yeah, it's some weird old guy that follows around sometimes.
That's my uncle. He kind of
I
got
do
me.
not follow you around. I'm supposed to be here.
Stepping
He keeps
into,
saying that. He
stepping
doesn't
into
have
the
any
circle.
paperwork to prove it, though.
Stepping in the circle, you can see it is indeed Uncle Orwell, definitely road weary and traveled. You can see the very similar kind of dark brown leathers and fabrics that Kenneth kind of wears. He wears in a very kind of wrapped around nomadic style. His sword slung across his back, a small travel pack across one shoulder. His gray-white hair tied up in a ponytail behind him. His face clean shaven, but a little bit of a shadow, a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, with a predominant kind of mustache. As he steps out, you can notice the first thing is that again he addresses you all by telling you about the boiling the basilisk stomach. But the other thing you notice is that he is wounded. One of his arms is tightly bound to his chest with what looks to be a piece of wood kind of wrapped in just some kind of like dirty cloth kind of braced against his chest as he steps out into the
this is all happening against.
This is happening. So you heard him and you spun around, and this is what you see now stepping out into the marsh.
Oh! Hey, our friends are stoned. That's crazy.
Glad to see you.
Orwell, that's a nice tash you've got. Is that new?
Yeah, I mean, it's grown since the last time I saw you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What'd you get into?
Oh, this thing. Yeah, I've been tracking these basilisks for the last 4 days.
Oh.
Can I go up to him and just cast Cure Wounds on him?
You sure can.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We'll do that.
I'm really sorry. Did you want to kill him yourself?
I'm doing that level 1.
No, I was.
Oh, good.
Glad to have the help.
Oh yes, Max. I rolled an 8, so 13 points of healing.
As that happens, you all hear a resounding as bone sets in place, and he's.
And then does a thumbs up.
And you watch him as he takes his arm out and just kind of slowly rotates in.
Appreciate it.
Finger guns.
Now, and he slings his bag off and sets it on the ground and begins to start pulling some, looks like stones, and setting them on a little pile above the wet marshlands.
We need a fire, and we get into these stomachs.
And he pulls out a small knife and flips it, the handle to Kenneth, and
I assume you know how to do this.
Stomachs, yep, got it.
Hey, does anyone mind if while you do this I just kind of, bring forth some healing spirits to just juice us up while we work?
I would love that.
Okay.
Personally, I would love that a lot.
Yeah.
Being honest, while you're in there, I kind of need some of that meat, if you wouldn't mind.
Just go to town on the innards of one of them.
Lucius,
I'd appreciate it if you'd maybe cut me off a couple slabs.
Yeah, Lucius interjects and he's like, so like, now I actually kind of want to eat. I actually need to eat now, so like, honestly guys, how about we kind of help ourselves to like, basilisk stuff. Oh shit, our friends are still stoned.
Yeah, how about we focus on the moderate hand? I will take like a hand axe and try to like chop off like a basilisk hawk or something for little Grin.
He's going raw,
enough
bro.
to do. Go ahead.
There's all sorts of different parts, and you gotta cut this part off.
Are you gonna be picky about this for real?
You could have cut off the tail, anything else, and
Well,
you choose
get the tail
to give me a
yourself.
basilisk cock.
If you're gonna be picky about the cut,
I thought she said basilisk cock. I was like, I don't want a basilisk. I'm not trained to eat
What
a
the fuck is
basilisk
that?
cock.
They have three-head style penises.
Yeah, they don't. If you look at the.
I'll never live it down back in the mines.
If you look at the anatomy of a basilisk, you'll see that here in this.
I pull down a little.
You'll see they have a massive dong.
No, they do not.
Oh, no. No,
That's me pulling
again,
down
basilisk have cloaca, so if you want to see the cock, you have to press right here and then...
just unfurls like a
Like a fruit by the foot?
I was thinking like a little like
Absolutely.
And it makes a noise because.
No, but I mean the thing is like 2 foot in diameter, so it's just this. It's like you're rolling out one of those dancy soccer guys.
Yeah, you've never seen a female basilisk.
You sound like you're rolling out a carpet.
So, good question. So,
yeah.
like, we named this episode, like, Risky Basilisk?
So just to be
Basilisk.
basilisk hawk, not basilisk cock.
correct.
At hate. I heard basilisk cock. Genuinely, and I was
You
like,
just said the same thing twice.
I'm not trying to eat that.
No, listen, I want to do that to you. A hawk, it's a decent cut of meat.
Primals want to know! Eat the dick! Straight for the dick!
Okay.
I'm clearly past primal form.
This is the Liver King episode. That's 100%.
Yeah,
No wiping.
pretty good timing.
Bored as shit, forced to wipe.
That stomachs. What divine?
I will say either medicine or survival.
Survival, baby. Nat 1.
So you dive into the first inside of this basilisk, begin cutting away components, and after about 5 or 6 minutes,
everything looks like a stomach.
Uncle Orwell has a fire going, and as you're still cutting away stuff, you feel a firm yet gentle hand placed upon your shoulder. And Uncle Orwell goes,
"You should probably let me take care of that."
Well, everything kind of looks stomachy in here. Just point it out. I could do it again. Can I?
Yeah,
All right.
I'll make us guys.
You also cut your hand, Kenneth.
as you look down, you can see there's a lot of blood. Some of it might be yours.
How much HP do you have?
10.
Now 42 plus 42.
Plus
thank
42?
you. Yeah, so during
Plus
this
42?
time, the spectral image of fruit has been just kind of like flapping every couple, like
Is
for
that
a few
the name
beats.
of the bat?
Yeah, it's in fruit.
Oh.
Or fruity or whatever.
Oh,
No, it's
cool.
fruit.
Is it fruit?
Yeah, it's fruit.
Fruit. He flaps. He'll flap for a couple beats, and then he'll just kind of on the ground, and then.
He's
And
an
just-
overweight bat.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Very small wings, very rotund body. It's hard. Oh, yeah.
Watch out for the basilisk party favor.
Spectral. He's fine. And within but a few minutes, Uncle Orwell has opened up another basilisk and has retrieved the stomach components and begins to put them in a small.
Kenneth's grumbling. You just didn't let me get far enough in. I almost had it.
Puts them in a metal pot, setting it over the fire, and begins to slowly boil and sizzle that as the oil begins to. I almost said protrude, but it's
Separate?
exude from the stomach
I don't know
parts.
how to.
Render.
Yes, thank you. Begins to render.
Can we
But
eat what's left?
While that is happening, he is also takes a couple chunks of basilisk meat and begins to slowly cook those on the fire as well. So within
I like mine rare.
yeah, within a few minutes, you are able to, for those who want to, begin to enjoy
Yeah.
a warm meal, one you haven't had in a couple days now. But while that is happening, Uncle Orwell finishes taking what is in the pot, pouring it through like some sort of a cheesecloth into a small container, adding a couple other elements to it, and then takes the oil and hands it to somebody.
I'll take it.
Okay, and he says,
Pour that over the statue, your petrified friends, and it should it should help.
Rub them down.
He just throws it away.
Yeah, so like,
this.
Is there one pile for both of them?
he explains to you, he's like,
There's a little bit on both, just enough to cover the top of the head. Should be more than enough for both of them.
All right.
so you have, for mechanical purposes, you have 3 charges of basilisk oil. So you can use 2 of them on your friends, or none of them on your friends, but you have 3. So
I'm using both of them on my friends.
I use all 3.
But you know, that one charge can be bad relevant later for some random reason.
Never know.
Wait, how do you spell basilisk?
Basilisk.
So basil and then illisk.
Basilisk.
Basilisk.
I'm so glad I'm not the only person who does that. Has to spell a word within a word to
Yeah,
get to
no.
where I need to go.
It's not sure if I need to be honest. Is it own thing? I'll make it.
It might be its own thing. I don't know.
I'll just make it. It's
I
fine.
appreciate it.
You're so smart, Will.
Shut up, Drew.
So smart, so handsome, so strong.
It's way smarter than any of us, that's for sure.
Covered in oil.
I think
Pastor?
you're the only person I know that can punch more than me. So
Thanks, Preston.
And when he says more than him, he's talking about how much he weighs. So it's a lot, apparently.
Thanks, Preston.
yeah, I weigh like 190 right now, guys.
Great
Good
job.
deal.
Yay!
Okay, so you want to go ahead and use the oil?
All the hard drugs. Anyways,
What was that?
yeah, I'm gonna heal my friends.
Life is hard.
Life is hard. Do hard drugs.
Using 2 charges of the
Who's
oil.
hard? Use the basilisk.
Oh no.
Using 2 charges of the basilisk oil, you can pour both of those on TBD and Glyph. And after a few moments, you can watch the kind of like the gray scale of their skin slowly begins to return color, to them, and after probably about 15-20 minutes of just them kind of like locked in this petrified state, the color returns, and slowly you can see their breath begins to return. And
my face starts working in 30 seconds.
I asked Orwell.
I'm fucking over it.
During the time, Lucius goes, so, Orwell, so does this basilisk oil only have enough left for like one more person, but does this work for like any petrified state, or is it just basilisk inflicted like statuses or whatever?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've only used it for basilisk, but I've never tried it on any other uses of petrification.
Let's pour it on the mastodon over there. We can have a pet mastodon.
Oh my gosh, that might work. I'm down, guys.
No, that guy actually kind of got patted.
Oh, right.
Yes, it got run into by one of the.
Okay, pour it on the mastodon, and we'll see what happens when.
Wait, no, if we pour it on the meat, we get chunks of mastodon.
On the mastodon dust.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh no.
Dust.
I'm gonna take now that I'm kind of back to normal.
Yeah, so basically, Glyph and TBD almost like waking up from like a really long it takes you a few minutes to feel like you're fully awake, but when you come to, you are
long rested and you leveled up.
Well and
but you
truly
are
stoned.
definitely
Very stoned.
You are definitely alive and unpetrified.
Okay. Yep. I don't know. I'd kind of like to look at the basilisks.
Sure.
You know, I mean, being mechanized, it'd be nice to see if there's one, anything we can salvage from that, and two, if there's anything that we might recognize. Oh, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, check for maker's marks or
You said
anything.
some
I
cool
doubt
stuff.
there is.
Yeah, maker's marks and anything I can salvage.
Okay.
Separate rolls or one roll?
I do one roll if you want, or separate, up to you.
10 plus 4, 14. What am I adding to it?
This would be investigation.
Okay. 18.
18.
Sheesh.
With an 18, you can see that these basilisks are heavily modified. One of them, the entire top part of its skull had been removed and replaced with what looks to be a metal cap of some kind with different plates kind of interwoven on it. One of them, the bottom jaw, is no longer there and is replaced with like a mechanical version of the jaw with like these pistons that kind of like move it up and down. All three of them have what looks to be spines that were once made of I want to say keratin, I think is what spines made of keratin or bone that are now replaced with literally just hunks of metal spikes. That, if you remember, all of them were charging with electricity as they were fighting you.
Can I roll a medicine check to see if these creatures were in pain?
Make a medicine check, sure.
I'm just genuinely curious.
We definitely blew them up. They weren't.
Natural 1.
Natural 1?
Yeah.
No, you're fine.
Oh, they were okay.
While he's doing that, I just look over like almost not like he's a nuisance, but adjacent to if he's being a nuisance to what I'm trying to do. Like, yeah, mate, they were definitely hurting. We shot him a bunch of times, hit him a bunch of times. I think you set one on fire. There was a lot of pain involved.
You know, I'm just really caught up in like their life before it. You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, this one said he had a girlfriend.
What?
No, mate. I don't know. They're dead. I don't know, mate.
I thought you could talk to dead, like draconian creatures or something. Guys, I had visions of like primordial like forces before.
Primordial soup. There's some right over there.
Yeah, just pour the stuff on the mammoth. It's primordial soup.
Frog comes out of the fucking primordial ooze. It's like, hello, madame.
God. The WB frog is inside of a basilisk.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Wait, what were you saying about visions?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that anything can happen, so that's why I believe the fact that this basilisk had a girlfriend. I mean, how are basilisks made?
No. Sorry, I thought Zeph was going to go somewhere.
Well, I mean,
I was just going to explain that when one...
We don't need...
No?
No, because then Tabiti's going to ask questions and it's going to be weird for an hour.
Yeah, no, that's right.
No, it's not. You don't know. He doesn't know either.
Yeah, but they can't do it if anyone's watching.
You know, you haven't been in the sewer in about a month and your mind's still in the gutter. Had enough of it.
He kind of got you. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that your Tabiti voice?
Yes.
Oh, hey, Zeph. Where do I get a girlfriend?
So I'm sorry, I'll just get back from being stoned.
Tabiti, you were fine the whole time.
I was good.
Pretty clunky.
I guess you guys can teach me a lesson.
You say cheese?
Yeah, teach me.
Great.
So
It would take way too long.
wait, so is TBD emo or is he?
He's pretty clunky.
there.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe this.
He's just walking around. Where are you? Sorry.
Can you guys imagine Matt, our other Matt,
Sorry, Matty B. Other Matt.
as a goth?
Yes.
It would be
Yes.
awesome.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
he would
Matt,
be
if you're
awesome.
listening to this.
He does graphic design.
Yeah.
Dude. He
Oh,
makes
no,
some
he-
sweet My Chemical Romance t-shirts.
I mean, basically, he's right there.
Yeah.
He just like,
He's on the
Just one
precipice.
guy.
just someone just needs to just give
One
him a little.
traumatic life event away.
Instead of like the
Is that what
black
those are
parade,
made,
it's like
right?
the black
I have some
No.
very emo
They're made
photos lying
when
around
Jack
somewhere.
Skellington
Okay.
and Helena
Swoosh
Bonham
eyeliner
Carter get
and
together and hold hands for 2 minutes.
Not Sally.
No, that red hair, that's too much color. Ah!
One Chuck Palahniuk book. And
Oh.
Damn you, Tim
Okay.
Burton.
Well, okay. So I think
How do basilisks reprocreate?
moving forward, I think-
Reprocreate. It didn't work the first time.
okay, guys. Glyph, what were you trying to say right there?
Okay, so I think we can draw a couple conclusions based off of two parallels. The basilisk seems pretty eerily similar to something we've seen before, involving someone we've seen before. It's Zeph, your eyes are really wide.
Oh, right, Belvire.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I think it stands to assume, based off of what I'm seeing here, that he has done a little bit of experimentation.
Oh, you think Bale did this?
Oh,
Let me ask you,
Orwell,
who else
What?
would have?
what information were you given for this
Acquisition?
That's the one.
You nailed that word.
Yeah, I read.
And the acquisition. What information were you given? Do you know where these came from or anything?
They were seen tearing through a town.
I mean,
2 days ride from here. So I followed them through the forest. They seemed I couldn't catch up to them. They didn't sleep. They didn't rest. They traveled for 4 days straight from.
no
my
wonder
place of
they were
location.
angry.
Well,
I don't think
They
the two
were-
are related.
they were set. Their sights were set. They were moving for something.
Are we still
Do you think they were going for the hut in the swamp, or
I think it poses a question on our end. Should we go for where they came from, or figure out where they're going to?
Ooh, that's a good question.
if we get a map and we find here and we find the town they came from and draw a line and
Yeah.
then continue it on, we should be able to find at least an area they were headed
I
to,
mean, also, yeah,
or an area they were coming from.
yeah.
Get a map.
Get a map.
Well, okay.
I mean, like,
That's assuming they were going in a straight line.
I haven't recognized. Was Balefire always had that kind of skill set? Like,
Not before. You know, his whole crisis.
yeah, no, like, was he
mean,
like that
he-
before, or like I
No,
don't know.
not really, but he did.
He was powerful.
He did take over our creator's lab
Yeah, but like not anyone
with
can
the
do that.
intention of destroying all that is good and true.
Yeah, you know, that old chestnut.
I just don't know. Like, I don't know if he either has someone else there or he created someone that was smarter. Because, like, not to be rude, but he didn't give off the vibes of like, if Glyph was evil, I'd be like, oh, that just makes sense.
Yeah, it's
I mean, we
right
could.
on the plate. I can imagine it.
We could. He was also like I mean, the dragon guy that we just talked to.
Bingo.
He knew
Oh,
about
Emeraldi.
yeah.
I think so.
Is he your dad?
Balefire was able to get a hold of everything Emeraldi had ever written down that I did not explicitly take.
All the homework.
He's got a lot of stuff. You know, you can be half dumb and have a lot of good notes and figure something out. I mean, these
That's
don't
true.
exactly look like mastermind creations.
I don't think these are perfect. Yeah, that does make
Okay,
sense. Yeah.
well, let's look on a map. Let's see. If he's operating at an Emeraldi's old lab, then there should be some correlation.
I mean, this is still dwarven country.
Siri,
I feel like
get
it would be-
directions to that town that got smashed.
His name was Cirrus, and he is gone, so maybe a little decorum. I think it would be a little too on the nose if it's like, hey, where do we find Balefire? Oh, maybe right in the spot where we left them.
Are we even equipped to take on Balefire right now?
What?
No!
I think your draconian friend might be more on the nose than he thinks.
Wait, this one or this one? Oh, this one.
He's looking at you, Glyph. As he says that...
Did you mean Ziff?
You watch as he...
Wait, which one of us are you referring to?
He was over by one of the creatures, and as he's coming back into the light of the fire, he sets down what looks to be another hunk of basilisk, bone and carrion or whatever, with some metal piece attached to it. But as he sets it down, he kind of rolls into the firelight, and you can see on the part where the metal is bolted into the flesh, there appear to be very crude drawings across the metal, sigils that look very similar to what Glyph would do, but very crudely done. You immediately recognize them as binding type sigils.
Yeah, that's Balefire's handwriting, isn't it?
It looks really shitty.
Yeah, it would. You know that the elegance of Emeraldi's work would not be done this way, and now that you see draconian writing across it, you would know fairly certain that it is.
So safe to say they found their end destination.
Yeah, I mean, glyphs are written like this, and I use nice penmanship in the air. Sigils are written like this, and I hold it like
That's
a chisel.
so pretty.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I figure this, everything that Balefire does is all just kind of strong on everything. He doesn't really have any sort of grace or anything like that.
I mean, he's a Carnos. He can't think of anything himself, so he just, what is it Emeraldi does? Oh, what is it Glyph does? Oh, no, I'll bastardize it.
Yeah, no,
it doesn't work very well.
I know he has a lot of notes and stuff too, but hopefully maybe... I don't know, he seems like the type of guy that's not going to take time to really read notes very well, and he's going to sit there and just try to smack a square peg into a round hole
half
for a
cocked for a
while.
long time. Yeah, so it makes sense that he just be like, I could do this, and he just...
Half-hawked?
That's an expression. Half-hawked is like when you go for the whole hawk, but you're too zealous. You're way overzealous. So when you cut it, you only cut a half a hawk. Yeah, exactly.
Half-hawked. There you go.
He's half-hawked.
It's under the table!
You mean, so like
It's under the table.
so Kenneth gave me a full hawk.
Yes.
Yeah, you got a full hawk.
All right.
See, she took the time and gave you the whole hawk.
Yeah, you full hawk.
Yeah.
You took the whole hawk.
I took full hawk.
Yeah, you got your whole hawk out.
So that would imply that half cocked means when you go for the. Someone stop me, really. I was going.
We're all here.
I love that Drew's like, I didn't have this whole joke just to say.
I just wanted to say.
Jesus, when you don't read Will right.
We're not prepared
Back
to
to
take
playing
on.
jazz.
I mean, obviously, I think we should. I think we all can agree to go back to that town and figure out any knowledge is very valuable. But I don't know. Are we down to take out Balefire now?
No.
No.
I mean, I think we've got more knowledge, but not more wisdom. If that makes sense.
I'm pretty wise, guys.
No, you'd think you're not because you weren't thinking of it the right way.
When it comes to that too, I'm wondering if maybe when we get to that point, we might be able to sequester some friends from back home and see if maybe they might help us there.
Mm. I mean, we can just
so
use
that
this
you know what I mean, so that we have a little more manpower, since we don't know exactly what all he's been up to.
I mean, on the one hand, that's entirely possible, but on the other hand, it's kind of like this is our quest. Do we want to involve more people than need be?
So, I think we should have a failsafe, and I think we should definitely have that kind of dialogue established with, especially, this is happening in Dwarven country and happening to, Dwarven villages. So, obviously, I think their interest and incentive to actually work with us is there.
I'm looking at Uncle Orwell.
Let's be real. The last couple of times we've got into skirmishes, they've not exactly gone very well. We've gotten out of them by the end of our whiskers, if you will.
I mean, every time we get into a really big fight, I mean, two of my friends die and then go into different bodies, and then my friend dies and then it comes back
Dusty.
full hawked.
We're definitely not prepared. We can definitely, obviously, wait and get a little bit more prepared. But when we do this, even if we just have them waiting in the wing just in case, it just might be nice to have a fail-safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the... I guess my thought on that is... so what? Do we have them just trail us for the next indeterminate amount of time until finally we run across Balefire?
I don't think so. I think maybe whenever we finally figure out where he's at, then maybe we just make a plan and gather some help. Because here's the thing: if we die,
then that's not a problem.
If we die, I feel like it is. I mean, if he's out there, causing chaos for
Yeah, I mean, I don't want
other dwarves and other creatures.
I don't want to speak for Zeph and Tabidi, but I think we kind of feel
make
like
sure
it's
he
our
dies.
job. To make sure he dies.
Here's my perspective.
Plus, we made a promise.
He's gotta die.
We made a promise, so if we can't kill him, we got to make sure he still dies in the end.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, by my hand.
By your hand.
And that would be the hope.
Okay, so like, if we're in the thick of it though, like Zeph, like, do you want me to let step back and let you kill him, or do you want everyone to just go for the kill all the time?
No, I think by my hand means more broadly, by a design in which I am part of the corpus of the active.
You're like Brute
party, right?
Okay, I see.
It better be an arrow from his quiver, is basically what
there
I'm
you
saying.
go. And you're my quiver.
The hope is to always win. But and you've always got a plan, but you probably weren't planning on being petrified this past time either.
Petrified?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
petrified.
No, I think we need to juice up.
I just want to make sure when it comes to him, we've got some
mouthful of
fail-safes.
Yeah, but I think at the same time, I don't know. As someone that loves a good plan as much as the next guy, I don't really know how much you can plan for a battle with a guy like this. It's kind of just it's there. Because, we could have ran into Balefire tonight in the woods. Could have been him and not Basilisks.
Yeah, it really sucks that we have to just bide our time until he weakens us enough or until we find him.
So, my perspective on it is that, we can set the stage in the environment of the engagement, or he will. So... I'm kind of the party that we kind of just nip in the bud, because obviously this is just a taste of what he's capable of, or what he's going to be capable of.
Well, if we're going to do it soon, then we do need to prepare very well.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we've already got a little bit more than we had before.
And we should ask for help, absolutely. Because I think we're very powerful as we are, but it's just, Thulgrim has I'm not particularly confident in... just us seven. I don't care about pride. I just care about making sure all my friends are safe. So.
Oh, Thulgrim's fine.
It's not about winning the battle. It's about making sure the war's won. And if we can't win the battle, maybe with some help we can make sure we win the war, and he doesn't terrorize the rest of the realm.
Commit genocide.
Yeah. At the same time, I have a little bit of concern that what if we go and say, hey guys, just a heads up, we may call on you to help us kill this guy that's trying to annihilate all of humankind and other species as well. And they say, oh, what? Why didn't you tell us this a long time ago? And they actually actively turn upon us rather than greet us as, oh, thanks for the warning, guys.
Well, okay, hold on.
I can't imagine my kin's going to do that, especially when we're trying to keep them safe.
Listen, we can talk about this all night, but how about we do the map idea?
Okay.
And at least head back toward the place.
Oh, the town.
Cross that bridge.
The town.
I think that's not a bad idea.
Just see a little bit more about what's going on, and then we can move forward.
So
maybe we'll find something.
We are going after Balefire. Is that what you're telling me?
We're investigating the situation.
It sounds to me like you're on a hunt.
Exactly.
In a manner of speaking.
Don't know if when we ascertain the position of our quarry we will engage, but we should at least do that much.
Well, I'm not really planning on wanting to die, but I guess if I don't have any choice, I'm not really gonna.
If you want my advice, when you're hunting something that you know you can't beat outright, you gotta outthink it. See, I've hunted monsters all over the continents, and one thing that I know for sure is that I'm not strong enough to beat most of them. but I am smart enough to beat all of them. There's, that one hasn't killed me yet.
You should write a book.
I ain't,
Someone should read that book a little more.
I ain't the pen on paper type.
You know what? I would 100% agree with that. I don't feel like Balefire is something that somebody that we're gonna just be able to go in there and start fighting like normal. Like maybe we need to set some sort of trap or something when we figure out where he's at and what.
I mean, he cares about you. He cares
bunch
about
of water.
Your
Well,
Balefire.
that's a great idea.
Your Balefire here seems like something that you're gonna have to. When you take him, you're gonna have to take him quick. Stays up too long and they get wise of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm as much for having people on the hunt as the next guy, but you get too many hunters in the party, you scare off the wild game. So be careful about who you include in this, because like it or not, they're putting their life on the line same as you.
I like this idea. So what he's saying is, when we do decide to move on Balefire, we have a watertight plan.
Put your plan in place. Don't make it watertight.
If it was airtight, there'd be no air.
Oh no, I was so sorry. I was trying to say
Put it in
something
a
that
vacuum.
sounded cool by suggesting that maybe the plan involve water and be a good one.
I think you did good.
That's a good idea.
I think
I mean, it can change as the situation. We want it to be.
adaptable plan, flexible one. Yeah.
I have a separate concern.
Liquid.
There we go.
Yes, truly.
He's kind of in the hooked on phonics phase of this creationing.
All right.
The more we think about, we've got to get stronger in order to fight Balefire, the more he's probably also doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we pussyfoot around the issue long enough, it's, cool, we're fighting a Megazord.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I'm not sure
Moav's in
that's
the same
necessarily true.
I mean, when did we fight him last? Was it a week ago?
He's-
About a
I
week
mean-
ago?
I don't think it was.
I know,
it was not.
he's arrogant. Let's be real. He thinks he can already beat us. I'm not
That's
100% sure that he's necessarily worried about us.
I mean, he did leave us a bunch of dead lizards saying, "Hey, don't come after me, or I'm gonna kill you." He would have just left and not left a warning.
Because he thinks that he can kill us right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we agree on that.
I'm just not 100% sure that he's concentrating on making himself stronger and not doing whatever else he's got planned. Because he thinks he can already take us.
I would propose like a plan where. Never mind. No, that wouldn't work.
Seems to me like your Balefire here might not think he can take you. Why else would he build these? If he thought he could do it himself,
Yeah.
why not just show up?
What if this isn't the road? What if this is the destination for these basilisks?
He may only be doing it to slow us down.
Or to try to find the thing that can take you down. You see, when a creature knows that it's cornered and has no way out, it finds abilities within itself sometimes, even unbeknownst to the hunter, ways it can slither out of a situation, but only when cornered. They never reveal they never turn that final card until they're cornered. So, who knows, maybe your Balefire fella here is, he's backed up into a corner, he's scared. He knows you guys have a potential to take him down, but he's got fat left in him, so he's throwing together whatever machinations he's got to slow you down, kill you even if it can. I think you got good heads on your shoulders. I think you need a good plan, and I think you need...
I'm alright with going wherever we need to go. All I'm asking you guys is that when we get to that point that we figure out where he's at, that we don't just run in there immediately, swords drawn, and we actually have some sort of plan. We do this smart. I'm willing to die, but I'm not willing to die stupid.
What's your intelligence?
My intelligence? It's actually a -1.
Oh, you're dying stupid regardless. No.
This is the Dunning-Kruger effect. He is certain that he understands this situation perfectly.
No, I'm just saying the last couple of times, all of a sudden, and maybe, I don't know, somebody that is in this party has just decided that he wanted to run up and
Listen.
hit something, or kill something, or shoot something.
Why are you looking at me?
Oh, that's the best list
Avalanche.
thing. Oh, the avalanche thing.
What? Guys! I thought there was something in the mountains!
We all
died in
screamed,
avalanche.
don't do it!
Listen,
and you did it.
No, you didn't?
Thulgrin makes a good point. From the moment that
I
we
don't like
all
this.
met,
This is bullshit.
we have had a problem with coordinated attacks.
I feel like
I think we've grown, but I think we really need to work on this going forward so that when the time comes, a coordinated front is what.
I feel like
is
we've
thing.
been fighting the last couple of times that we seem very scattered and unorganized, and we might be able to do these things a wee bit smarter.
A good hunter
That
knows.
makes sense.
A good hunter knows what weapons he's got at his disposal.
Good question. Speaking of weapons on at his disposal, he used a lot of fire. Isn't our friend like really weak against fire?
I thought he was resilient to fire.
Aren't you weak to fire?
I think so. Yeah.
I'll just go ahead.
Because like didn't Bobby bring it up like that? This dude's like
You should have all that data. You should have all that knowledge,
Here, let me see.
in air quotes.
Yeah,
at your
you're
fingertips.
vulnerable to fire
Talking
radio
about
damage.
like a
double
tactics. Glyph just looks over at Pothole and gives like he's holding his pistol and he gives like a. Pretty sure you and I are like in direct syncopation every time we fight. That's what I'm saying. You guys should probably just listen to Pothole more.
Okay.
Don't tell me. You already told me.
No, Will, it's yes and.
Who's Will?
Yes and.
Yes, and what's Will?
No.
Yes, and wise will.
Whom's will.
Wise will. Well, okay, so I guess we just go to the town now and figure out.
So
I think you all know what you're gonna have to do eventually. But given the circumstances and the fact that you did survive, I think you've got time to plan your next move.
First we were afraid.
Guys.
We were petrified.
Listen. Here's what we do.
Here's what we do.
We find the nearest town that has one of those teamwork specialists. You know, where you do all these games together to try to, like, cultivate a sense of teamwork and unity. And we take a weekend and we do one of these courses.
we don't have a weekend, mate.
What do you mean we don't have a weekend?
You've got all the time in the world.
So, I mean,
We can make a weekend.
I point at the 3 dead basilisks. I'm like, I don't know how much time we really have.
I think we just bought ourselves some.
A boss does a weekend.
Bought ourselves 3 days. That's a long weekend.
That's a weekend! That's more than a weekend.
Or maybe he wants us to come now thinking we don't have time.
Or maybe
if we get stuck, guys,
just did
we,
it.
we are in a stage of planning of where we just need to do. We need to stop saying if and like if and but whatever. We just need to do something. So what are we doing right now?
If we move quickly,
Go into the
he may
town.
think-
Okay, so we're going to the town.
Let's
if we
just move.
quickly,
Let's just move.
Something.
He may think the basilisks did their job.
I'm getting as much meat as possible off these things and giving them to Thulgrin.
Alright.
You're eating good, brother.
Nature check that, son.
Sure.
16.
All right.
Woo!
Where's this town?
Because you don't get heals unless you eat something, so
Yeah.
we'll chop and bunch that up.
Well, she already gave me some.
Would you roll?
16.
She didn't roll for how much.
Are you eating it now?
Depends. She didn't roll for how much she gave.
If you're eating it out of combat, it doesn't mean you don't have to.
But how much is that? Isn't there some sort of like a certain amount of meat
In combat,
heals me
yes.
A certain in combat.
In combat, only
So
in
if I
combat.
eat it
Outside
now,
of combat,
it's
you just
gonna
need
heal
to
me?
take time to heal. Yes,
Okay.
by eating.
Okay.
Which you are
well,
doing.
Then, so if I.
So if he's rolling to give you pieces of meat to use in combat, that would be. What'd you roll?
Then I'll keep
16.
Go and roll a d6.
5.
5. You have 5 charges that you can use
Oh, nice.
in combat.
That's
it. And how much?
It's 2d6 every time, or with a bonus action, you do 3d6. So
Nice.
and it's that's for each charge. So basically, you can either use one charge and do 2d6 or 3d6. It's not adding. You don't do 2 charges to do 2 or 3. It's just one charge uses either 2 or 3, depending on if you want to use your bonus action.
In a charge, basically, I just rolled it.
So you have five hunks of meat that you can bite into in combat, and you can either do 2d6 or 3d6 depending on how you want to spend your action.
Okay.
So, and that's just how it is. That's how, yeah. So it's not just like you. So basically, think of it this way. So in combat, you have a very small amount of time. So you either take one bite and get hit points back, or you take 2 bites of that same piece and get 3d6 hit points back. So, and that made clear as mud. But
So one takes one action and one takes my entire turn?
it's either so you either take your action to eat, to heal, and then use your bonus or your entire turn to do more, or just one and then use your bonus action for something else if you want.
Okay.
So yeah, I had to try to balance. I don't know if it's super balanced, and we'll have to see as time goes on. But that was my idea, and that's what I drew up. So we'll see how it works.
Good with it. Just making sure I understand.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, what do you want?
Uno mas.
You off to the next thing, or are you going to stick around for a little while? Or?
Felt like coming on a adventure and potentially dying, but becoming a hero.
I ain't keen on dying quite yet.
I mean,
But,
none of us are keen on dying, but we feel like being heroes.
Well, I'm not much of a hero, but death will have me when she earns me.
That's badass.
Yeah, you got that tattooed somewhere.
Seriously, write a book.
Tattoo that on your chest, mate. That'd be so hot.
Huh? Hey, yo.
Death can have me when she earns me.
I feel like Tom Hardy's got that
burn it
tattooed on him.
You burn it. The tattoo would burn a little on your skin. It's fine. I think, my job is done. The creatures I was after are now definitely dead, so I'll probably head on back and collect my reward for that.
Wait, why don't we hire him to kill Bane Bellfire?
Yeah, actually,
and then we
you're
bunker
great.
off.
So why don't you just do it for us?
Hey, can we outsource?
Guys, we just beat the campaign.
Sure.
And we won
Pretty
D&D.
sure my services would be a bit out of your price range, but
No. We're really good at getting lots
What
of
about family
money.
discount?
I'm just saying, tell the king sends all the dwarves, he dies. We win. Nobody dies.
Yeah, but if he kills 10,000
Okay,
dwarves, do we get soured on whether or not we should go fight him?
Listen.
What are we gonna do?
And he takes in all of their power. Every last one of them.
Teachers all into draconians.
Oh, no.
Oh,
wait,
wait,
no,
if he takes out that many a dwarf,
Like,
we were gonna die in the first place. So he's better off.
he turns them into mech dwarves.
Oh my gosh, we fight a giant army of mecha stone dwarves?
Yeah, they're like zombies and like machines together.
Would you rather fight 10 giant mech dwarves or 100 little mech dwarves?
No,
Bunch of little mech dwarves.
Yeah, they'd be adorable.
I mean, it'd be
I don't know,
very
that's a lot
fun.
of
That's
turns
a
to
very.
go through.
I know, but
Do you know
very-
how many rolls I'd have to make for that
But it'd
game?
be so fun.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, okay, we're going
I
to
would just
theater
be
of the
doing-
mind this one.
It
So,
would be a lot
yes,
of- it'd be
you
a lot
rolled,
of just,
that
like,
killed 20 of them.
Assumed math. It
I
would just
would
be like,
demand
all
to
right,
put it on
the
the
average roll of 100 mech dwarves is
No, yeah.
So this is where
We'd have to map
D&D
it.
as a structure and as a game begins to falter because you think I'm gonna wait 6 seconds before I blow up another group of mecha dwarves?
not even close. But okay, so you guys can rest here for the evening if you would like to. For those of you who need to rest and get
Yeah,
your
I
own
do.
rest for the night.
Yes.
If there's anything else you want to do or any other conversations you would like to have, you're more than welcome to.
Orwell, do you know what that town's name is? Or how it lead us back there to where the basilisks originally ravaged the town?
it's about a 2 days ride back into the forest, but curious, what do you think the town's gonna offer?
Well, I mean, I don't know, just clues from the past, you know? Like, if we go to the previous crime scene or whatever the heck it is, I don't know, we might just glean more insight about the origin of these things.
I ain't much of a investigative expert, but
Glyph is.
my contract was pretty cut and dry. They tore through the town, making their way this direction. Killed 2 people in the process. More of a casualties of war. Wasn't really an attack on the town, more like an inconvenience for them.
I see.
But the town was for lack of a better term, they were petrified enough to
Plus they were afraid, though, right?
They were afraid.
Okay.
They were scared enough to look to outside help, and I just happened to be in the town at the time, so they hired a renowned monster hunter to hunt down some monsters. So you're more than welcome to head up there, but I don't know if it's going to reveal the answers you seek more. A bunch of scared town
folks. Up
folks.
into those directions, and we still. I mean, did these creatures appear? Like, did we approach them, or did they approach us? Do you guys remember? Because, like, if they were sent specifically to kill us, we don't know.
We kind of just saw them, right?
Can I insight old Uncle
Sure.
Orwell?
Make an insight check.
Go.
This is where our entire worldview breaks. Orwell's a bad guy.
21.
Oh, shit. You got the little phone out.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead and text Drew real quick.
Orwell's insightful check.
Or his...
Well, actually, let me
Orwell's
go ahead
actually his last name, his first name is George.
I'm gonna roll. This part.
Or is his last name Redenbacher? Wait, no, that's Orwell.
It's Quinn.
Popcorn, guys.
It's Quinn, you guys.
It's Paul's arch nemesis is named Popcorn. There's Pop.
No, his arch nemesis is named Cornhole.
Cornhole. Ooh, Cornholio. Cornholio.
Not whole.
Okay, let's keep going.
You guys are more than welcome to fill the dead space here as I'm trying to
Okay,
type
here,
out
I have a question.
information.
Okay, here's a question.
No, it's good.
Here's the question. No, I've had a question. I've been holding it for a while. So when it comes to our health, right? When it comes to our HP, like my max is 59.
Yes.
I walk around most of the time at 59.
Yes.
So is that like I'm walking around on the best day ever all the time? Because if, like, in reality, me, Drew, is sitting at like probably a
How close
41.
If your max hit points was 59, you're sitting at a 41.
Yeah, most days I'm like, that's a good day if I'm at a 41.
Yeah. Well, it's probably because we don't get a long rest.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh my God, you are so right. I always say it's because I don't get enough sleep. I don't get the right sleep.
Maybe
We don't get a long rest.
No, so these guys, they know what's up. They're operating at high level. We need to be like our D&D characters.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's, you know what? I have 9 steps, 9 tenets, if you will. That will...
How dare you? How dare you?
I think Will Rice is the only person sitting at this table who operates at max HP on a regular level.
No, he doesn't.
Or
Not
regular
emotional
time.
HP.
No.
Physical HP.
Physical
probably.
HP, probably he's fine.
I will
but-
say that I always operate. I might not heal fully every time I get like a rest, but I definitely get all my spell slots back
No.
because it's the amount of
Nice.
fucks I get a day. So like,
So you have like, what, 2 spell slots?
His sixth level give fuck gets burned real early in the day.
it's gone. Sorcery points converted back. Okay, guys, we're good. Gotta dig deep for that.
I cast therapy.
Man, that's too much money.
I'm really
telling you though, I'm
chumble-wanding
telling you.
it. I get knocked down and then I get back up again all the time.
Yeah,
You're never gonna
It
keep
seems
me
like-
down.
Hey, Drew, are we good for our other session? That's just the therapy session.
Yeah, right. And on, please follow our other podcast, which is Therapy with
Therapy.
Drew.
Therapy with Drew.
Hey.
No joke, campaign 2, we actually did have a character named Chubba Tub Thumper, and he had and he had little amulets that when you went to 0 hit points, they immediately popped you back up to 1.
Oh, yeah, that
So it was, yeah.
Chubba Wubba.
But
He was a goat.
Well, yeah, because I learned that was the name of the band. I was like, "There's no way that's the name." She's like, "Yeah." Michelle was like, "Yeah, that's the name." I'm like, "That's amazing!" And so I named a character Chubba Tub Thumper because that was just the best.
So, back to the seriousness.
Yeah,
How
back
much
to-
sleep are we guys getting a night?
Like me as a person,
Yeah.
7 hours.
7
wish.
hours.
I wish.
I just try to enjoy myself before I have to go into work the next day, so I stay up till 12. and-
Right,
'cause
right,
I
right.
close, so.
Yeah, I would say between 6 and 7 if I can help it.
Okay.
I usually hover
What time do you guys
around
wake up?
between
Because I get
5
7
and
hours
6.
and I get up at 4.
I wake up at
get up at
6. I wake up at 6 just because my body's wired like that, and it bites me in the ass because like I try to sleep because I feel tired when I wake up, and I'm like, okay, this my lets me wake up and then try to go back to sleep for like 4 hours, and it's 10. And
Okay.
So this week
longer
so
than
far,
that.
I've averaged about 5 hours 10 minutes.
Why do we
Five,
get
six.
Grandpa a whoop?
That's what I'm usually
Yeah,
operating
you're supposed to
on.
sleep more.
You
In
need
between 5 and
at
6.
least another hour, Drew. You need to get that up to 6.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like,
Do you want
let's
brittle
examine
bones?
Cognitive decline,
Erectile dysfunction, for God's sakes?
All of those-
erectile dysfunction.
Actually, D&D helps with
stop
counter-
listing his
with
current
Alzheimer's.
symptoms.
Club foot?
Wow, Calvin.
It exists
you
for a
roleplay.
reason.
Huge cock.
Half cock.
Who is Hugh Jacock?
Who's huge Jack?
Rude.
Scrooge cock? He's got no, I heard Scrooge cock.
Dick.
He's got Scrooge cock. Oh no! Bomb.
Okay, so resting. We're short resting.
Yeah,
resting.
guys.
I'll take first watch. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
Did you say short resting?
Long resting.
We get our 8, sister. We get our 8.
What is
Seriously.
what is the check?
Why don't hold on?
Perception.
Why don't I take the first watch?
They already rolled. It's like 15
I already
plus.
did it.
You rubbing this?
23.
No, I'm just saying. All I have to do, I've already eaten my meat.
Well, yeah,
so
I mean, like,
I'm
stay
good.
up.
You guys could go ahead and rest, since I'm already fine.
What'd you say?
Yeah,
23.
you stay up the whole
23?
time.
23.
We'll just all chit chat with you,
24.
one at a time.
Who's he?
Uncle Orwell.
Okay, well,
Stab his
he's
eye
more-
out.
he's-
-1.
I get it. Okay, your senses are sharper. You're more seasoned than I am.
He's certainly more seasoned. He smells like shit. I didn't say that character. That's just.
That's fine. As the evening begins to grow cold and dark, and everyone begins to go to sleep, save Thulgrin, who just kind of awkwardly sets off in the distance and just kind of like, doesn't really know what to do.
He actually picks up a new hobby, which is like art. He's like
We
painting.
basically traded places.
Like crocheting.
You didn't
Yeah.
have to sleep.
I'm the holy one.
I have to sleep. I can't sleep.
you're the
Nothing.
Zeph is going to wake up for the second watch as well, and he wants to
We just
catch
take watches to give you
Orwell
company.
before Orwell nods off.
Okay.
You just go see me sit on a.
Before we get into that, first watch. As the fire's kind of dying down, Uncle Orwell comes back from making another round around the campfire. It's getting really quiet. It's that part, if you've ever been at a campsite where everyone's gone to bed and the quiet starts to build around you to where it's like you're starting to realize like, oh, it really is quiet out here.
It's like terrifyingly quiet.
Yeah. Throwing a couple small logs in the fire, Uncle Orwell sits across from you, Kenneth, and just kind of looks at you for a second from across the blaze. And just lets the silence kind of sit there for a moment.
I'm adding more stuff to the book whenever I get a chance. Constructs.
Constructs.
Yeah, we seem like we come across them an awful lot. I'm getting pretty skilled at tracking them down and stuff, so. Monsters are good and all, but constructs are kind of like a different kind of monster. I don't know.
More of a meaty kind of construct.
What?
Your monsters are more like a meaty kind of construct.
Yeah, meat constructs for sure, yeah.
Meat construct.
Man, can you
Where do they sell
imagine
that?
like all the time before she found us, and it was just the two of them
Yeah,
out there
just
in
like,
the woods?
Meat.
These beans are good.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, you see, we talk about
Why
like the
does it
side.
sound like Blazing Saddles over there?
We talk about like the
does,
side
though.
stories of like our characters doing like little side quests in this world. Kenneth and Orwell's side quests would just be like real quiet. They are not good podcasts.
We're not podcasting that
They're
one.
not podcast
Not
forms.
podcastable.
And someone will just do a recap. Well, so
Yeah. But he watches you kind of draw or right in there for a little bit before sitting back and pulls out a small pipe and begins to stuff it with some sort of a grass of some kind. Kind of leaning back on a small stone that's been pulled around the fire as everyone else is sleeping. Just kind of watching you. Not saying anything, but just kind of watching as you continue to write. after a few minutes, he takes the pipe out, blows a long puff of smoke, and
So, how's it been? Being out here with all this bunch.
I mean, I like them well enough. We seem like we have each other's backs pretty well out there when we face things.
Yeah.
Weird things happen around them, though. And around me, by proxy, I guess. I have symbols on my arm after I think I died. I died. Should have been dead anyway.
You died.
I should have, but I didn't.
kind of leans in a little bit and then like stops and kind of like leans back again.
Yeah, but you survived. It was good.
Yeah, sure did.
Good.
Thanks to a crystal.
I'm not going to pretend I know what that means.
Moon sister crystal. I don't know.
Also, don't know what that
they're
means.
wild things. If you ever come across a moon sister and they try to sell you a crystal, I take them up on it. I still got a few actually.
I've had a couple of monsters I've fought have offered me stuff. I'm usually not too keen on.
I didn't fight them or anything. I bought them for fun.
Yeah, I guess you could do that too. What do you mean by a symbol?
Well, and I'll show them. Like, pull up my sleeve or whatever. There's these. I recently, actually, we were just coming from a place where I'm pretty sure the thing that we met was a dragon. Felt like a dragon. Big energy. Big BDE, big dragon energy, I'd say.
Yeah, common term we use in the monster slaying world.
I read it in the book.
Monster slaying world. Yeah, you're learning.
He said something about it being like gifted or something like that. And I will say my senses feel different than they did, but not bad, just different.
And do you believe this dragon?
I don't know if I believe this dragon. Stuff feels, like I said, feels different than it did. It seemed truthful, but how much can you trust a dragon? I don't know.
Yeah, well, they are mysterious for a reason.
They said the same thing about my friend Lucius over there.
God. He learns how to sleep and instantly just sleeps like a jackass.
Same with like a fucking half-read book on my chest, slumped against like a. I'm gonna have back pain in the morning with the way I'm sleeping this log.
Like
I haven't slept in a while. It's hard to know how to.
Like anime pillow.
I usually have a coffin to lay on too.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
He kind of watches Lucius for a second and just kind of slowly nods.
I've seen a lot of things in my days, but if a strange dragon fella tells you that you're gifted or whatever, I see no reason to doubt him.
I guess. Hey, I'm gonna say something, and react accordingly. If you don't know what it means, then don't worry about it. Just go on.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw for that one.
We are just cogs in the machine of morality.
Achievement unlocked.
See that?
The secret dialogue option.
Yes.
He just kind of watches you from across the fire for a moment.
And we are.
You know what's up.
My boy.
No, he's just thinking, haha, I got another one of them really sick sayings that I'm going to claim are original.
I'm gonna write that down.
How'd you know about my tramp stamp?
He just kind of watches you for a minute and just
Girl,
kind of.
you gotta die.
Death or you, son of a bitch. Are you coach?
Is that something you've learned in your travels, or
Yeah. Somehow we've gotten in the strangest places with high up people, down low people too, but lots of people everywhere. We've had pretty good favor, seems like.
Of course, they've got a genuine monster hunter on their side. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, Uncle.
Uncle. This is the uncle at the end. Really hell yeah,
Uncle.
It's almost like it was dubbed in at a later time. Hell yeah, Uncle
Owen.
The dragon we also talked to said something about, well, implied anyway, we're supposed to do something about this God's card.
I don't know much about the God's car, but
Shit, I don't either.
yeah,
Let's kill monsters.
I figure the day will come when, whether we like it or not, the world's going to have to face whatever is going on past those borders. I just hope you and your friends are ready for it.
I hope we are too. We're training hard. Oh, we have a place in Hopkins in June now too, because
I heard.
Outdoors. We have a little.
I heard.
This place has everything: indoor pool, steam room, fighting arena,
Sounds like a dream.
workshop. It's pretty neat.
You tell me about my workshop. I'm asleep.
You know, you said workshopping, like jolted in his sleep. Workshop.
That's mine. Don't go in there. The clown has no penis.
What was the refined iron called again?
Black steel.
Black steel. Sorry, it's just like they're analogous in names. Like so.
I gotcha. I'm glad for you. I'm glad to see you're doing all right.
Yeah. What about you? How's it going with you? Good. How's Amy?
Oh, she's fine.
How's the?
Word sick, but she holds the fort down for you. Misses you terribly.
We'll go up there and see her sometime soon if our travels take us there.
Well, with the way you and your lot is going, I hope that your travels take you nowhere near. But
That's kind of hurtful.
yeah,
Truth hurts.
keep our town safe. That's our goal. That's our plan. But you're more than welcome to. I know your aunt would love to see you.
How's Virgil doing? All right.
We had a bit of a rough departing last time I was there. He said some unkind things.
Characteristic.
I probably said some not so kind things to him.
Equally characteristic.
But
I love these two.
but he knows he don't got no right to say what he wants to say. He's I told him to respectfully just
Go to hell.
leave you to your adventures and trust that your aunt and I have everything under control. He didn't like that, but he'll see. He'll figure it out one way or another.
I imagine he will. I appreciate it.
Of course. I keep an eye on him because, family, but he don't got no need to put his business in when it doesn't belong. You're your own person. You're learning. You're becoming a monster hunter.
I'm
You're
a lot
doing-
more badass than I used to be.
I see that. Got one of them fancy rifles.
I do, but I'm pretty decent.
I see that. You keep that close, you're going to be the envy of a lot of other hunters out there.
Well. Yeah, makes sense.
I don't even know how to reload. It just keeps on shooting.
Yeah, it's just, I literally.
Pull the trigger. We're good.
After,
Just make sure when you're out there that you're playing it smart, playing it safe.
Trying to.
Make sure of it. Right? 'Cause I'm not always going to be around to boil a stomach down for you.
I would have got there eventually. Okay, I had 2 other chances. I would have got it. I'm pretty sure.
Just make sure you do. Seems like whatever you're about to face, you're gonna need all the tips and tricks you can get.
Well, okay.
But I ain't ever seen a more readily available group of people. You just need the right tools.
They're pretty incredible. Not gonna lie, they're impressive. Each and every one of them.
You get the right tools. Get the right tools. Get the right plan in place. Ain't nothing you can't do.
Yeehaw! Spin the rifle.
Misfires. So he's just dead.
You probably should.
Auto crit since I'm sleeping.
Probably should get some rest.
I like that.
I only have 30 HP, so I.
Fulgrin, after he was whatever violated, whatever you want to call it, he's just like off because he can't sleep. He's off by some trees, and he just always seems to be a little more emotional than he used to be. So he's just sitting off to the trees, going, listening to it. It's so sweet. Why am I licking?
As Kenneth beds down for the evening, Uncle Orwell kind of sits and just watches the fire, continuing into his watch. And after a few moments, Zeph takes his seat next to him as he picks up the watch for the night. Zeph.
Hey, Orwell. I'm glad you showed up when you did. Saved my family.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Zeph. Appreciate it.
So, how's everything?
You know, life of a monster hunter. Nomadic. Travel a lot, but...
But you like it. I mean, it suits you.
It's rewarding.
That's good. Yeah. That's good.
Keeping the realm safe.
Well, I appreciate all the help that you've been and the guidance that you've provided. You know, monster hunting, it's pretty interesting. Do you know much about dragons?
Only for one I've been told. You probably know more than I do. Dragons haven't been sighted in these lands for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
That's what they say, isn't it?
We have evidence of them existing, but never any confirmed. Nothing confirmed, anyway.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you know or not, but your niece believes that a man living in the swamp is a dragon.
She told me that.
Yeah. It's an interesting bit of information.
If it's true, it would be quite the discovery.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to make sure you knew that bit of information that maybe isn't necessary to tell you, but, you know, just full disclosure. I feel like we can really trust you.
While he's saying this, he's like giving himself an internal pep talk and has cast guidance on himself.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
May I use someone's dice?
Persuasion. Nice.
What is it?
15.
Cool.
Nice.
That was a good roll.
Are you being guided?
He guided himself.
17.
17 total?
Total? No.
20. I just making sure. Orwell kind of watches you for a moment as you say all this. He takes another draw from his pipe, blows it out. And, what kind of disclosure are you hoping?
Well, let me see if I can put our situation into more clear terms. We've been told by an extremely powerful being that we, as a group, are destined to heal the God Scar. And we also have a great mission to defeat a personality who wishes ill on all but draconian kind. So we need any help that we could ever muster from the world, lest the world be destroyed.
Uncle Orwell sits back and kind of watches you for a very long time. It's just the silence kind of stretches. And then you watch as this stone of a man, the tiniest sliver of a tear, rolls down one eye. And under his breath he mutters, I don't know if I can protect her. And that is where we will pick up next time with the continuing conversation of Zeph and Uncle Orwell and seeing what disclosure Zeph has pulled from him.
Yeah.
But until we get to that, and maybe Thulgrin, we'll see if Thulgrin learns any of this or if he's just away crying about the other dialogue. We'll see. But until we get to that conversation, we'll pick that up next time. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you all next time on the Wild Magic School Bus.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good evening.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Wild Magic School Bus. I hope you guys had as much fun listening to it as we did making it for you guys. You can catch new episodes every Monday on whatever podcast platform you guys use. And while you're there, leave us a review if you could. It actually helps us out a lot. We've also got socials that you can follow us on too. You can go to Twitter and Instagram at WildMagicPod or on Reddit at r/WildMagicSchoolBus. Either way, stop by and say hey. We're always happy to meet new friends and looking forward to hearing from you guys.
A lot of people putting chili powder in methamphetamine.
You guys, Preston already knows the answer to this, but out of all the Old Testament prophets, who do we think would take the ring to Mordor?
I hate this.
Ruth.
Because,
Wait, she wasn't a prophet.
Jeremiah won it, Ezekiel won it.
What was the girl prophet?
Malachi was all talk. He was no
Yeah.
Wasn't there a girl prophet?
There's a girl prophet, Old Testament.
Job was all about suffering.
You guys,
All about suffering. He did what he
say
what he
something.
had to do.
I think I know what it is. I think Elijah would.
Oh, yes!
There you go.
Yes!
Yeah, they said that.
Yes.
And I was like,
We're all taking this seriously, and then wham! Dead.
No, my
oh, sweet apple.
You can have.